Hey there, welcome to the Board Game Sherpa. I picked up a new game at the local game store called Tokaido. It's an older game from 2012, but I hadn't heard of it until about a week ago. One of my friends mentioned that it might be a game I would like, and to check out the YouTube reviews. So I did, and it was such a beautiful looking game, with amazing artwork and such a cool vibe to it. The term charming was brought up in multiple reviews. The reviews also said it was relatively easy to learn, but difficult to master, which definitely got my attention. The game's description is, each player is a traveler crossing the East Sea Road, one of the most magnificent roads of Japan. While traveling, players will meet people, taste fine meals, collect beautiful items, discover great panoramas, and visit temples and wild places. At the end of the day, when everyone has arrived at the end of the road, you'll have to be the most initiated traveler, which means you'll have to be the one who discovered the most interesting and varied things. Everything clicked, so I went to my local game store to buy it. They didn't have the base game, but they had the deluxe version. Had to be better, right? I really try to buy board games from local businesses first. They may be a little more expensive than Amazon, etc., but supporting the good ones means they will stay in business. They will keep having games in stock, and they usually let game groups assemble in their stores. Shortly, I'll do an episode of the gaming group dynamic in board game and comic shops. So I brought Tokaido home. What have I done? This isn't a review video, especially since I haven't played it yet. This is just insight into me learning how to play games. Is it the right way? Who knows? But it works for me. I hope you'll take comfort in knowing that you are not alone in the stress of learning new games. So let's start the process. Step 1. Take a deep breath. You got this, bruh. Opening a box like Tokaido Deluxe is exciting. There's so much in the box, and it's really great to see all the amazing figures, artwork, and cards. Are you freaking kidding me? There's an audio CD soundtrack to play the game. I don't have a CD player anymore, but we'll make that work. But all this cool stuff can be overwhelming. Seriously, what did I just get myself into? Just take a deep breath and familiarize yourself with what's in front of you. And just know, it will work out fine. Step 2, call your personal Board Game Sherpa. Hey, yeah. Hey, man. Just need to know. You know how to play this game, Tokaido? You don't? You know anything about it? No? Alright. I'll talk to you later. It's not often that he hasn't played a game, but it happens. Look at this as an opportunity to teach your Board Game Sherpa something. But, on to the next step. Step 3. My man, Rodney. This may not be the way for those of you who can actually read a game rulebook and know immediately what's going on, but that's just not me. Rodney Smith has a YouTube channel called Watch It Played, and he has a huge catalog of how to play videos for many popular games. If he doesn't have a tutorial for the game you're learning, don't worry, there are lots of other YouTubers who do great tutorials on games. So just do a search of Tokaido, how to play. You'll find something, but for me, I'm going to check out Rodney.
Hi, welcome to Watch It Played. My name is Rodney Smith.
The player who takes the next turn. This player must move his traveler forward, that is, toward Ito.
I prefer
This is the basic version, not the deluxe version.
And then the yellow cards.
Side note, there are some game tutorials that just don't have the exact version of your game out there. It's usually close to what you have, so you just have to work a little harder to get there. Now, there's games without any tutorials. I have 3 of those on my board game shelf of shame. But you know what? If it doesn't have a good video tutorial, there's a good chance that your game is either really new or it might not be a game people like. But don't sweat it. There's options. Watching Rodney's or whoever's tutorials is not a one and done experience, at least for me. Normally I watch the video for the first time shortly after I open the box. I like to see the setup of the game and visually see how the pieces look and what they are called and where they fit in. It's kind of cool to get a feel for the game visually before the next step. If the game truly is easy to learn, I'll never have to open the rulebook, but that's a rare case. So on to the next step. Step 4, back to basics with the rulebook. Hopefully there was a video overview, and once you get a feel for the game's workings, it's a good time to go to the official rulebook. Eventually you should be able to figure out the core of the game and end here. But if not, step 5. If all else fails, it's time to hit the forums. If you can't figure out a rulebook, there's always BoardGameGeek.com, which you should probably be a member of anyway, since they usually have everything about every game and all their versions. There's even a forum in each game where you can ask questions about specific rules. They even sometimes have user-written rulebooks, which are a lot easier than the manufacturer ones. Warning. As mentioned in previous episodes of the Board Game Sherpa, the forums in any community forum can get sketchy. Some folks really picture themselves as gatekeepers of the hobby. They aren't. If someone responds sarcastically or obnoxiously to your question, just ignore them. If they are truly being offensive, click that report user button. There are real experts out in the forums, and they usually aren't jerks if you have a specific question that showed you actually tried reading the rulebook. Don't just post a question like, how do you play Tokaido? Be as specific as you can as to what issue is confusing you. Most people like helping others who are trying to learn. Hopefully, after all this, you now know enough to try out the game. Don't fret. You probably won't know everything and will hit the rulebook tutorial videos and forums as you get deeper into playing, but that's absolutely normal, even for the experts. Just keep at it and eventually things will click and you can stop stressing and just enjoy kicking your friends' butts at games. If you're new to the channel, my goal here is to help beginners get into board games with the least amount of stress. Most players are stressed about something board game related, but it's usually something manageable and will happen less and less as you get more into the hobby. So what's causing you stress in your board gaming? Leave a comment below about it and I might just cover how to beat it in a future episode. I may have already covered it. So please, subscribe to the channel. And while you're at it, please give this channel a big thumbs up and a share if you think it'll help somebody. It surely will help me out and we can bring new players into the hobby, which will help us all when we're trying to find people to play our favorite games with. Deal? So go hit those likes, comment, and subscribe buttons, and we all win. See you next episode.